Hi there, this is Harry and welcome back to Advanced English Lessons with Harry. Just a quick apology, you might hear a little sound in the background. There's a car alarm or a house alarm going off outside, so it might cause a little bit of disturbance, but hopefully not too much. So as I said, this is the Advanced English Lessons with Harry, where we try to help you get a better understanding of the English language to improve your grammar, your conversational English, all the aspects of English that you really need to make those strides forward. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, in today's Advanced English Lessons, we're looking at other ways to say sad. Other ways to say sad. I'm going to start off with a little joke, okay? So this might brighten you up if you're feeling a little sad. A man walks into a bar and he sees his friend sitting in the corner, sitting over his pint of beer, looking really, really sad. And he goes up to him and he says, "What's wrong with you? You look so sad today." And his friend says, "Oh, I've just found out that my wife has run away with my best friend. I really miss him." Okay, so let's talk about real sadness. So I've got 11 ways in which you can say sad in a different way. So I'll go down through the list and I'll give you an example of each of them. Down. Well, when you're feeling down, it's just a general feeling that we have. Often we can't put our finger on exactly what the problem is, but we just wake up and it's one of those days. The rain is lashing against the window, nothing particular, but you just feel a little down. So your friend might say, "What's up with you?" "I'm not feeling so good today. I'm not sure what it is. I just feel a little down. I feel a little sad." To feel blue. Well, we use the word blue a lot of times when we're talking about sadness, Blue Mondays, usually when we come after a weekend or after a holiday. So when we feel blue, we feel sad. There's lots of songs using the word feeling blue to feel sad. When you're feeling blue, all you have to do is something, something, something. When I'm feeling blue. Okay, so there's different songs that use that expression. So if you're feeling blue, you're not happy in any way, you're feeling sad. "Oh, I'm feeling blue. She's been feeling blue for the whole week. I don't know what's up. I think I'll take her out for a nice meal on Friday and just see, can we get to the bottom of this?" Feeling blue. Miserable. Well, when somebody's miserable, they really don't feel so happy. You can be miserable because you've got a cold. "Oh, I've had this flu for 2 weeks now. I can't get rid of it. Coughing, sneezing, snotty nose, headaches. I really feel miserable and I don't know what to do. I think I'll just go home and stay in bed for 2 days. So miserable, to feel miserable. You can look miserable as well when you've got a real sad face. "What are you looking so miserable for? You've got everything is going for you. You shouldn't need to look so miserable." So miserable and sad and miserable. Distraught, a little bit more formal, distraught. And as I said in the introduction, just be careful with the pronunciation. See how I've spelt it here on the screen and the pronunciation, distraught, distraught. Okay, and when you're distraught, you're really sad. It could be because of a particular event. Perhaps the cat has run away and you can't find it anywhere. You've put up notices on trees, notices in shops. You've gone to the local animal rescue centre, but no sign of the cat, and it just hasn't been seen for 3 or 4 days. So you and the children are distraught, meaning very, very sad at the loss of the cat, and you hope that it will return. So to be distraught about or over something, distraught about the lost cat, distraught over the death of your favorite dog or your long lost friend. Okay? Gutted. Gutted now is a little bit more informal. When somebody is gutted, they're really disappointed about something. They didn't get a job, so they're gutted. They really had their heart set on getting that job. They want to get out of this company. They want to move on, get more money, and they really thought they had done a good presentation. They'd gone through the interview well, but they got a no. "Sorry, you did well, but we've found somebody a little bit better." So they are gutted. What's wrong with Tommy? Oh, he's gutted. They lost the cup final for school. It was his first year to play in the school team. They'd done really well to get to the final, but they lost in the last few minutes, and I can't console him. He's gutted. So to be gutted meaning really upset, really sad. Devastated. Again, a little bit more formal. Devastated when something happens. Devastated at the news. Devastated to hear what had happened. The whole country was devastated to hear the news that there were a boatload of refugees found floating in the sea, but they unfortunately had died. So the country was devastated. So everybody was feeling a little sad. Or indeed, the country could be feeling devastated when the team gets knocked out of the World Cup. So the country, when they lost their competition or the game, are absolutely devastated. What happened? Why? How come we got beaten by such a team? So devastated, really sad, really unhappy about some bad news. Desolate. Now, I use desolate in quite a few ways, and usually desolate is about somewhere really lonely and very unhappy place, like a desolate island where there's nobody living on it, or a desolated village when everybody has moved out. So it can often be used in relation to places and things, but when we talk about people, he was desolated by the loss of his long friend. He had a friendship going back 30, 40 years, and that friend died suddenly, and he's desolated by the death of his friend. So we use it in the way to describe how they feel deep down. So desolated by. Inconsolable. Well, if we go back to the story about young Tommy who lost the football match, he was inconsolable. No matter what you said to him, he was, oh no, we'll lost the match, and what am I going to do? And everybody's going to be upset at school. And so he was inconsolable, meaning he was crying or whinging, and nothing you said. You brought him his favourite dinner, you brought him his favourite soft drink, his whatever it was. No, he was inconsolable. So the best thing to do was to leave him, and he'd get over it eventually. So when somebody's inconsolable, it means whatever you say or whatever you try to do, you cannot relieve or take away that pain or that suffering. They are inconsolable. So they are crying or whimpering, and just nothing can help. Inconsolable. A broken man or woman. Well, when somebody is broken, it's not literally, it means figuratively. So they are broken by what has happened. Perhaps they are broken man or woman because their relationship of many, many years is over. Something happened. Everybody thought they're a really happy couple. You know, they'd moved house once or twice, moved to different cities. They had kids, but just something happened and the relationship has ended. So he is a broken man. He thought this was his life partner, or she is a broken woman because perhaps she also thought that this was the partnership for the rest of her life. So a broken man or a broken woman, based usually around relationship issues. At the end of your tether. Well, when you're at the end of your tether, it means that you just cannot take any more. Oh, I've had enough of this place. I'm fed up arguing with the people all the time. I'm fed up with the amount of pressure that the boss continues to put on us. You know, what do? I'm just at the end of my tether. I think I'm just going to hand in my resignation and go. Okay, so to be at the end of your tether means to be at the end of your rope. You've had enough. You cannot take any more. Okay, and if you like this particular lesson, then please like the video, and if you could also subscribe to the channel because it really, really helps. And then finally, as sick as a parrot. Now this is really, really informal. It's one of those expressions British English people use to talk about something when they're really sad. Perhaps their football team lost the cup final. Perhaps their football team got relegated. Oh, he's as sick as a parrot, meaning he really, really is unhappy. So it's quite funny, and it doesn't really mean anything much except that somebody is really sad or unhappy because of some event. So he didn't get the job, he didn't get the promotion, his team lost. Yeah, he's as sick as a parrot. Yes, it's one of those expressions that are normally attributed to and associated with games of football, particularly in British English. You wouldn't hear it in American English. Okay, so there's the 11 particular expressions or alternative words that we can use to say sad. Let me go through them one more time with you. Down, feeling down. Blue, feeling blue. Miserable. Distraught. Just practice that pronunciation. Distraught. Gutted. It's real informal. Gutted. Devastated. Desolate. And again, the pronunciation. Desolate. Inconsolable. Inconsolable. A broken man or woman. At the end of your tether. Sometimes they say at the end of your rope, at the end of your tether. And then finally, the funny one, as sick as a parrot. So these are advanced English words that you can use instead of saying sad. So try to practice them as always, and you know the drill by now. Try to practice them yourself. Try to get to know how to use them. You won't remember them all, but try to introduce them bit by bit into your written English or your spoken English. And if you need any further help, you just drop me a line, www.englishlessonvia.skype.com. I'd be very happy to explain it to you in a little bit more detail. We always appreciate you watching, listening. So, as always, this is Harry saying goodbye and join me again soon.